I was just reading a small story. A disciple goes to the master and says, "Oh, master, I'm not progressing in my sadhana at all. What should I do? Help me." Master said, "Did you see the sunrise in the morning, the spectacular sunrise?" The disciple said, "Yes, I have seen that." "And while coming here, did you see all those beautiful flowers blooming in the trees?" The disciple said, "Yes, I did watch that." Master said, "Did you see those drippings from the water pots? And how nicely they were like string of pearls. The huge pot in the monastery. Did you see that?" Disciple said, "Yes, I watched it, Master." Master raised his eyebrows, clenched his teeth a bit, and said, "Because you are busy watching all this nonsense, that's why the meditation is not happening. That's why the progress is not happening." I now just wonder, this poor guy was just watching the sun and the flowers and the big water pot. And Master is saying this is all nonsense. So this nonsense is stopping you from progressing in your sadhana. And now look in your own mind. What is your mind thinking about whole day? And looking and hearing and touching and eating and smelling and going to this place, going to that place. And then you say, "Oh, I am not progressing in my dhyana." Well, so much of nonsense is happening. So a period of silence which has a depth. A period of silence means where you curtail your senses from doing unnecessary seeing or hearing or talking or eating, or it's like totally regimentation of all the five senses. It's not about just tongue. It's very easy not to talk, but more difficult to regiment your eyes, regiment your ears. Your ears are always hungry of listening about gossip, political, economical, social, somebody's family, somebody's affairs, who ran with whom, who is having affair with whom, what are political parties doing, this and that. Your ears are filled with all this nonsense. And whatever you listen, see, hear, touch, smell, taste, all the info is going in your subconscious, and this is like fodder for the mind to think more and more and more and more. So I ate this cake, I had this coffee, I went in this park, I did this bungee jump, I did this paragliding, I went in this party, I went to this market, I went to this monument, and then photographing and then just putting it there, and people are watching what you did and you are watching what others did. And then you say, "I am not progressing in my sadhana." Which way would you progress? I am not saying killing your senses is required, but I am saying you use your senses very wisely. For example, let me say, this is winter time, and in winter, the hunger is more in the daytime. By evening, as the cold increases, your hunger actually decreases, should decrease. But at this time, meaning the supper time in between, say 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., when normally many people eat their dinners. So when they look at food, and especially if they are in a restaurant or hotel or in friends' party, or maybe where food is free, wherever, they eat like a pig. And they drink like anything. And they totally forgot that with this full stomach, they cannot sleep properly. One of the great acupuncturists actually have said this, that the reason for cancer happening to people is because they have too much of undigested food circulating, meaning the residuals of that undigested food, which is called an ama in Ayurveda and toxin in English, I would say. So these very toxins become reason for the cancer to happen. So the digestion is poor, but people eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. So like digestion, people use their mind more, and then they have so much of undigested info in their subconscious and in the conscious mind, and then they want to sit and om, and hundreds of ideas and thoughts are popping up in the head. And, I cannot focus. Well, you are ruining your own mind. So using your senses, meaning, again back to my analogy, you are at a place where the food is free or cheap or whatsoever, but you still eat less. Because dinner should be like a pauper eating, poor person eating. Eat very less. Not filling your belly totally. Eating light, easy to digest, nutritious food, hot food. In winters, never eating cold sandwiches, never eating cold salads. And Europe and US, I have especially seen people eat only salad in the dinner time. And then this all cold food is going to bring their digestive fires down, and that is going to bring so much of coldness in the system. They'll be having blocked sinuses, they'll be having headaches, they'll be having migraines, they'll be having indigestion, flatulence, they'll be having constipation, they'll be having skin troubles, and in period of time, few years down the line, they'll be having tumors, they'll be having cancers. And they just enjoyed the free food, that's it. So we need to use our senses in a very gracious way, very sensible way, very wise way, very intelligent. That's why I stress so much on food. And it's not the food which you eat through your mouth, it is the food which goes in through your eyes, through your nose, through your ears, through your touch. This all is like a fodder for the mind. The more fodder, the more thinking will happen. See, if you are, say, 4 people in a family, then you have 4 lives to think about. If you have 100 friends, then you have 100 plus 4 people's life to think about. And you have another 50 colleagues, so now you have 154 lives to think about. And then you follow a party, political party, 100 more, because all their activities and speeches and stupid statements which the politicians keep on giving, and all that hatred which flies in the air. So is your thinking increasing or decreasing? Now you want to do silence? Stoyanovich? You will have to do a lot. A lot has to be done. You cannot just, okay, I am in silence. Some people put the stickers on their, clothing, which says, I am in silence, don't talk to me. Maybe it's a good practical thing. But is your mind silent? And if the mind is silent, then the silence has not happened. And until the real silence happens in the mind, in Vedanta we say, only a silent mind is eligible to listen to this higher knowledge. If your mind is distracted and in anxiety and is broken and in disarray and is disorganized, if you come to me to listen to Vedanta, you won't get even an iota of wisdom which I am giving. So mana gives you the eligibility to understand and digest the wisdom. So it becomes very important. Yes, everybody has to work, make money, run the household, but then you can always have few gaps, like for a week, maybe for 15 days, and you stay at one place, you eat very less, maybe just twice, like we do in this ashram, just twice we eat. We don't keep on eating whole day, and then no snacking in between. We are saving our time. Time is precious. Well, Vaishnavas call it time is money. But I say no, time is precious. That is enough. You don't have to bring dirty money into it. We use our time properly. So those small, maybe a week long or maybe 10 days long silence, meaning silence of all the senses, and training the mind to be attentive and aware and conscious. This gives you a good ability and eligibility for listening the Brahma Vidya, the higher knowledge. It's a very interesting question. Yash Patil says, my age is 20. I do want to walk on the beautiful path. I have watched the Patanjali Yoga Sutra series, due to which Vairagya and dispassion towards the material world came into my mind. The urge to see and run behind it has also decreased. Gurudev, I want to learn asana, pranayam, mantra, etc. Please guide me. How can I start my sadhana? How can I increase my dispassion? And I also think that currently my mind is not ready for Brahm Gyan. Once it gets clean and pure, then I will understand and read all the Brahma Sutras. Please guide me. How can I walk on this beautiful path? Dear Yash, if you have already done Brahma Sutras whenever, and why would you need me to tell you anything more? Because Brahma Sutra is the ultimate crux of Brahma Vidya. So, it's just delaying the train because you are not dressed properly for the train. But if you really wish to finish your journey, then just board the train and don't worry about your clothing. Meaning, as you go by in your life, as you keep on doing your sadhana, as you keep on following more and more in love and doing seva and doing a very regimented practice of asana, pranayam, swadhyaya, listening to satsang, or coming to ashram and living here for a longer time, this will give you nice window to be a better person and to have a sattvic, pure mind, which progressively will make you eligible for Brahma Gyan. But you don't have to read the sutras of Brahma Gyan before coming to me. Leave that work for me. Don't do everything. And moreover, the Brahma Sutras should not be read by yourself. Vichar Sagar or Upanishad or Brahma Sutra should always be studied under the master, not sitting in library and just having a quick read onto the books. That's not sufficient. That is not even going to work. Other than making you egoistic, I have read Brahma Sutras. And it's very interesting. I am recalling one lady, she said to me that, Guruji, you always have said that Upanishads are great, and yet you are not teaching us Upanishads. So, in this lockdown, I have started reading and studying all the Upanishads. And on the top, now I am going to write a book on the Upanishads. I really felt, is she demeaning me, Or is she just appreciating herself that you were not teaching us Upanishads because you said you are not ready and not eligible for it yet? Sattvic mind is not there. And hell to everything. With this very dirty mind, I am going to do the Upanishad. Not only read it, I am going to write a book. And then she said, I am going to make that book so popular, I am going to pump in 2, 3, 5 crores into it. And I was listening. What a blabbering of a ignoramus child. She said, I'll make that, what do you call that? The best book in the book club. The most sought after book. And she isn't even realizing that you shouldn't even dare to speak this kind of wording in front of a guru. Ever. Ever. That's why that word, jise jagave piyave eras akat katha tinjani. That, where is that? Those who achieved everything, they are saying it happened to me because of thy grace, O Lord. And here they are saying, oh, you never taught us Upanishad. And now I have started reading Upanishads on my own. And very soon we'll write a book and publish it and make it number 1 in whole world. I said, my good wishes to you. May you succeed. And maybe win that, what's award called Pulitzer Award or something like that. May you win that. And she was gloating. And I said, what the hell? So you don't have to read Upanishads and Brahma Sutras before coming to me. Just try to make your mind wise enough, read enough, listen enough. What I have already taught, just go into that. If you can really digest what I have already taught, you will be in a very good place. But without fulfilling all that, don't be in a rush. And don't even delay it. Because I am not eligible, hence I'll work on myself and be eligible. Well, then I don't know how many lives will go by and still you won't be eligible. It's like saying to the doctor, because I am sick and I'm vomiting and there's a diarrhea and I'm smelling horrible, I cannot come to you. I'll first heal myself, be cured. And when I'm all healthy, then dear doctor, I'll come to you. Doctor will say, what for? What for will you come to me? It is tricky, I can understand. If you don't have a pure mind, jnana will not work for you. But that doesn't mean that you stay away from me to make your mind pure. And when it will be pure, then you will come to me. How do you know by that time I'll be physically alive and present? I can't give you any guarantee. Can you give me this guarantee?